One meeting of the Hamilton County Legislative Body to order, and I'm going to ask Commissioner Joe Huntsman to lead us in our prayer at this time, please.
Father, you are. We're at that time right now. Your president, your officers, you have all that grace you do.
A little bit late myself.
Mind down on us. Protect our country, protect us, protect our leaders, Father. Help us make good decisions and we do. Watch over Hamilton County.
Somebody can use
Help us,
that.
Father. Here again. Let's make good decisions in everything we do. God is ready. He was dancing forward. Get better. He help us help. He would. Thanks for loving care for us.
Amen. Thank you, Joe. This time I'm going to ask Commissioner Boyne to lead us in our pledge, please.
Attention, salute, pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
So everybody, as you just heard, this is the January 21st, 2021 Commissioner meeting. We were a couple minutes later than everybody else, so even though we were here before it started, we're in the overflow area, which is nobody.
We do have a quorum present, so we are open for business tonight. At this time, the chair would like to recognize some representatives from the Hamilton County Historical Society who are going to make a brief presentation. Please come to the podium.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Ann Bloomquist, and I'm representing the Hamilton County Genealogical Society. In 1996, was done.
You gonna let us know when we can go over there to the
25 years ago. So the Genealogical Society determined that, especially for the 150th anniversary, we needed to do a new history book. So I haven't seen this in the past.
So you all hear how the audio is breaking in and out
Schools, history of the
in
schools,
this room. That's something that we're going to have to address.
Families, where you can have a little story about your family, history of it with a photograph. So we're doing a new book, a modern book, where we started in 2019, not expecting to have COVID, and now here we are coming up on 2 years, meaning of course a year without a lot going on. We've met nearly every Tuesday since April of 2019, and we're wrapping up this year. We want to finish up and get the book in print. We intended it to be for last year, but we didn't have our 150-year anniversary events. So we are getting close to the deadline. You received the brochure telling me that the deadline is coming up January 31st, but we'll make an exception for you, and we'll be glad to take your narratives. Just act as if somebody says, I don't know what to write. Act as if you were telling me, you don't know who I am, to tell me about your life, where you went to school, who your parents were, maybe who your grandparents were, your hobbies, things you like to do, the kind of work that you do, and include a picture. You can submit as many narratives as you want. You could do one for each of your sets of grandparents in your family. We've had somebody who has submitted over 20 family stories from different parts of her family, so you can do that too. So we hope that you'll look at the brochure, and we appreciate your support for this project, because no one else is doing a book on Hamilton County history. So this is a remarkable project, and we hope that you're going to participate. While you can put in a narrative for free, businesses, churches, organizations, and schools all need to pay. That's how the book gets paid for. This is not a fundraising activity for our organization. We don't expect that we'll make money from it. It's our service to the community. And you all are service-minded. you all have interesting careers and stories to tell about your family and yourself. We hope that you'll participate. The books are going to be printed this year, so we're coming up on the deadline. We're only going to order as many as are paid for. You have to pay in advance. If you want to buy the book, it's $60 per copy. But that's a very reasonable price for such a nice book. And I'm just going to hand 2 of them out so you can just pass them around. If you have a business, we would appreciate you participating because that's how the book gets paid for in print. We would also like to say that we have been an organized society and continuous since 1984. We publish 4 times a year a historical kind of magazine with interesting facts and records about the county. Your families have probably been in here. And we hope that maybe there will be a time when we can have some room where we can collect our records and memorabilia of families and genealogies of the county. So we would hope that you would consider that if that's a possibility in the future. Any questions?
Thank you very much. We appreciate you sharing this information with us.
Never any questions.
Thank you.
At this time, the chair will recognize Chairman Jim Stepp of the Calendar and Rules Committee.
Thank you, Chairman. Item 2A, approval of consent calendar items. Chairman, I put that in front of a motion.
Just a minute, we'll have. Is there a second to the motion? Oh, we have a second. Okay, any discussion? Hearing no discussion, let's vote the motion, please.
Already voted.
Pay your dues.
Since I voted.
Yep.
Grab it in. Okay.
Oh, that guy.
Go get the consent calendar.
Okay.
Okay.
The motion is approved.
Item 2B, approval of regular calendar items. Put that in form of a motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second? We have a second. Okay, at this time, Commissioner Neesmith needs to, he wants to make an amendment to the motion because a previous motion that was made during committee meetings was inadvertently left off of the calendar rules. Commissioner Neesmith, you're recognized.
Okay, put it on the item, it's about the plans for the jail, we're gonna have 10 days. It was voted on in jail study committee, the vote was 11 to 2, but it's not on the regular calendar. I'm making a motion to amend it, so it will be on the regular calendar.
Okay, we have a motion to amend the regular calendar to add Commissioner Neesmith's amendment to the calendar. Is there a second? We have a second from Taylor Ward. Okay, any discussion on the amendment? Yes, sir.
Chairman, I wonder, where's the mayor? I'm just wondering, I want to clarify this. Neesmith, could you read your motion again, please?
I don't know. It'd be nice if they turned the camera a little bit so you knew.
I'm sorry, misunderstood.
Okay, I'll read the motion. Motion by Wayne Neesmith, second by Taylor Ward, to review the most recent set of plans that are currently in the city, and any further sets of plans received on the plans be put the bid on the commission, and the public have at least 10 days, the commissioners and the public have at least 10 days to review the incident. These have been put on the table, they've put on there, I think, last Thursday, and so far the people have had the way the county's run, they've had last Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they've had 4 days to send. If you had a holiday on Monday, it's closed on Saturday. So they've been 4 days for it.
Okay, Commissioner Bradshaw.
Mayor, I was wondering, are the plans available? Minus the security breaches that we can't, yes. We assume there'll be change orders along the way, correct? Well, so, I mean, I guess the point is, has the design drastically changed from the beginning? Yes.
There haven't been drastic changes. The only change primarily was the approach to bid.
So that they are and have been available, at least some form of the bids, correct, or the plans?
Is there any more discussion about adding this item to the agenda?
I say that they've been about 4 or 5 commissioners went down and looked at the updated plans, the most recent plans that we have. Within 4 or 5, and I think 4 or 5, citizens have been down to look at them, so they were down there. I thought they were very good plans. As I mentioned, all I wanted to see was what was going on the 3rd floor. And those plans are there. It shows the finished unit. It shows a unit with just lights. It shows another unit. It's just a shell. So it shows what I was interested in. I wasn't interested in the electrical or the plumbing or that. It wasn't what I was looking for. It may come into play later on.
Any other discussion? We have to vote this motion off floor, and since it requires a 2/3, yes, sir.
One question, if the motion is added and passed, we're talking about 10 days from the 14th when they went on display, or the afternoon of the 14th? What day does the clock start? What days count? So that we know, you guys know when the plan is.
Did you understand?
I can hear part of it. I think what you said, when does the time start? I'd say it started when you put them out there and let the people and the commissioners know they were there. Everybody got an email to tell them, or I did, to tell us that they were there. So if the commissioners don't go down and see them, they're there. We asked for 10 days. She had the holidays in there, and he's off on Saturday and Sundays. I think 4 days is what they've been down, so it'll be 6 more days. Yeah, that should get you 6 days.
So you're talking 10 business days, 10 calendar days?
Well, 10 days where you can see them, so I'd say it'd be business days.
All right, thank you. All right, we need to vote this off floor, and we'll take a 2/3 majority to get it added to the agenda. So, on the roll, please.
Yes. No.
No.
No. No. No. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
Motion fails because it would take 10 votes to approve. Okay, we're back to the original motion of adding the regular calendar, approving the regular calendar to the agenda. Is there any discussion about the original motion? If not, then let's vote the motion, please. Okay, the motion is approved.
Just, push the wrong button, no, do what?
Mr. Chairman, I want to correct 9-2 to no.
Okay, we have Mr. Aker wishes to change his vote to a no. Just cancel them all out, vote again? Okay, she's changing it, okay. Jeff Aker is no. Joe Huntsman is no, and Wayne Neesmith is no. You got that? They got that on paper, okay? The motion is approved.
All I have, Chairman.
Okay, the chair at this time would entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar. This is on board. So we need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Okay, all right, we have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, let's vote the motion, please. The motion is approved. At this time, we will entertain comments from the public regarding items that are on the agenda. Please come to the podium, state your name and address. We have one person who is in the next room that wishes to speak, so just have him ready to come in. We'll take him. If he could come in now, it would be good. Hey.
My name is Tony. I'm here this evening. I would like to speak. First off, I'm sitting in this overflow room on the other side. Audio is horrible. I don't know who was asking questions to somebody sitting out here. Can't hear nothing. That room is a joke. All right? This camera doesn't pan to whom's speaking, so we don't know who's talking. It's just voices. Okay? If we're going to be involved, we need to be able to know who's talking, know who's asking questions, know who the questions are being appointed to. By having us sitting back over there, that's not happening. Okay? There's 4 of us in there. There's plenty of room in this facility right here to fit those 4 people. To have me out there not being able to hear things cutting in and out, and it's more this microphone that cuts in and out. You all seem to work pretty good, but when you ask a question to somebody that's sitting out here, we can't hear nothing. So that needs to be addressed. Okay? Second off, it's hard for me to even come in here and talk about what's on the agenda because I wasn't even able to really hear what was going on in there. All right, so I'm here to talk a little bit about oversight, accountability. All right, I'm sure most of you in here are aware and probably have.
Please keep your comments on the agenda.
I don't know what the agenda is. There was no volume in there. You need that's the problem, Shipley.
I permitted you to address your concerns about the volume which are well taken.
All right, thank you. And I'm also here to talk about the dialogue, the lack of dialogue at that. You give an opportunity for the public to come up here and to speak. And yes, we get an opportunity and a chance to speak, but there's no dialogue back and forth. Your mayor over here told me that we should have a sit down if we have any questions in regards to all of you. Would you all like to be here 5 days a week so that the public can come in here and address it? Because you don't answer phone calls. Not all of you email back saying that you got information. So things are changing, okay? This camera is going to be everywhere. I want each one of you to do an interview with me. Let me know what's going on in the county, because I don't know nothing, because everything is such quiet up here. Nobody knows what's really going on here, where everything sits. Everything just kind of goes under the table. You all have your own agendas. We need to be here for the people. I will be out making sure that you guys are held accountable for the little things that starts at the top, trickles on down. And if you guys have anything that you guys should not be doing, it's going to be found. I'm here tonight by myself with this camera, but I have other people that are willing to stand behind me and to make sure that every one of you here is held accountable. I'm not going away.
Your time is up, and Mayor, would you make sure that he gets a copy of the rules? I think there's something back there on the table.
Speak.
Because that would answer one of his questions about dialogue, because the rules of the body didn't permit it.
Just because you make these rules doesn't make it right.
All right. Anyone else who wishes to address the commission?
Bid. But you don't need to be constantly taking and awarding hundreds of thousands of dollars of work based on one bid. There have been constant problems in the way you put things out to bid. And that may be part of the problem. Or maybe people just don't want to work with the county. Maybe there are problems working with the county. I don't know what it is, but it is very, very odd how many times you get one bid. And I know on the Hale House you have one bid on the renovation, one acceptable bid. That's not acceptable, and that's not the way to award hundreds of thousands of dollars of work. You would not do that with your own money or your own house. You would put it back out to bid and find out. And first you'd ask yourself, what's the problem? Why is nobody, with all the contractors locally and in this area, you get one opening bid on the renovation? Thank you.
Do we have anyone else who wishes to address the commission regarding items that are on the agenda? Seeing none? Oh, okay.
Melissa Ballou, 3728 Halifax Circle. I want to address you guys to vote down no on the $6,000 more going to the animal control. I want to know why that the Humane Society was already getting basically $250,000.
Ma'am,
You
that's
gave
not-
them more. It is on the agenda. The $6,000 is on the agenda.
Okay.
But my point is, they took away a service. Was any funding taken away for the pay that Jose and that Pam Felder made? That was about $40,000 to $50,000 of it right there. Yet you added more money to make a new animal control, hand it back over to Mayor Britton and the ones that were stealing from the shelter before, Noah's Ark, Dr. Parks, Nancy Phillips. Have proof of all of it for anyone that'd like to see it. You put it right back in animal rights hands. Not to mention all the shipments going out from Noah's Ark. And yet you're gonna hand them another $6,000 of taxpayer money? For what? Take some away from the Humane Society. They took a service away from the community. Why should they still get $250,000 when they took away a $40,000 to $50,000 service to the community? Thank you.
Anyone else who wishes to address the committee? Okay, let's proceed. At this time, the chair will recognize Chairman DeBoer of the Finance Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On item 6A, the approval of the monthly checks, I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6A, 13 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6B, budget amendments, number 1, Fund 101, Finance Department for $7,089, and that's for payment of narcotics officers, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Any discussion? Hearing none, then close. Taylor Ward, you're recognized. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6B, 13 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6B2, Fund 101 for property reappraisal, new employee, and I'll put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, then let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6B2, 13 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6D3, Fund 101 for juvenile court, $6,500 for replacement of retiring employee. Put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6B3, 13 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6B4, Fund 101 for rabies and animal control, $6,000, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please. Oh, Taylor? I think he,
Okay. There we go.
vote the motion, please.
Item 6B4, 10 yes, 3 no.
The motion is approved.
Item 6B5, Fund 101 for election commission, that's for COVID grant for $9,070, and that's additional salaries, and I put it in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6B5, 13 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6B6, Fund 122, Drug Fund for Drug Enforcement, $1,626, and that's for scuba diving training, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second? We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6B6, 13 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6C, bid tabulation for electronic communicators, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second? We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6C, 13 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6D, bid tabulation on new concrete sidewalk pad and drainage for health department, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. We have a second. Commissioner Neesmith, you're recognized.
This is an item that's, just got one bid on it, and I don't see it that critical. I think we need to send it back out and get some more bids on it. We got one bid, is all we've got, and it's not essential right now that we do it, I don't think. It's been like this for 30 years since it's put in. That's all I gotta say.
Mr. Chairman, just, we did just get one bid, that's correct. We had, I think a total of 11 different companies come to the site and look at it, and, so we had some interest, but only one bid was turned in, and there is an urgency to this, project, and that's, this is the area where they do the COVID testing and, also, do some of the vaccinations as well, and that's going to be a busy place for the next year or more. So the health department has requested this, and it will be paid for from money that we have received or will receive from the CARES Act, from the COVID fund.
Commissioner Jim Sapp, you're recognized.
Thank you. I've been down there to that area that you're talking about. It's a muddy mess during the time of people, a lot of people waiting in line. This health department, I said it before and I'll say it again, those are things that nobody else here wants to even see. Take care of them.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Six B, 11 yea, 2 nays.
Okay, the motion is approved.
Item 6E, assessor of property, additional employee, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, is there a second? There is a second, any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6B, 13 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved.
Item 6F, the pay plan adjustments for general fund, sanitation, and highway department. I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second, any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6F, 13 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Board. Chairman DeBoard of the Personnel Committee, you're recognized.
Item 7A, amendment to the employee handbook for military leave, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 7A, 13 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved.
Item 7B, amendment to employee handbook for COVID-19 leave, I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, is there a second? There is a second, any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 7B, 13 yea, 0.
Resolution 21-01, resolution to support drug dealers liability lawsuit and retainer agreement. I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, is there a second? There is a second. Commissioner Cutshaw, you are recognized.
Yes, sir. I was wondering if we could have the general come up and make a few comments, please.
Okay?
Good evening, my name is Dan Armstrong, I serve as your District Attorney General, and honored to do so. Thank you for entertaining this resolution. What this resolution will do is allow the suit that I started back in June 2017 to go forward. There has been a question that has been brought to me about what obligation the county would have under this agreement if there is no recovery, and the answer to that is zero. You would have no obligation at all. Any of the funds that have been paid for to fund the lawsuit to this date will come either from the court or the law firm will just have to eat those costs. Nothing will come out of, in other words, you will owe nothing if there is no recovery. Now, if there's a recovery, then their position is they're gonna petition the court to have their fees paid directly from the court. If for some reason that doesn't happen, then some money would come out of what your recovery is. But you would have, no tax dollars will be spent to pursue this lawsuit. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, before you, Commissioner Neesmith is recognized.
Yes, sir.
How many people are you suing?
We are suing,